On 10 News, newsletters masquerading as journalism when they could just be paid political ads. They are now landing in mailboxes all across the county. And 10 News reporter John Horn spoke to one candidate accusing a local newspaper of sabotage.
T-Pat Stubbs is fighting hard for a seat on the Del Mar City Council.
We've got signs all the way up the street.
But the Del Mar Sandpiper is warning voters, don't vote for him.
I sat in a home last weekend and many young families felt that this was a legitimate newspaper in Del Mar.
Many in Del Mar do respect the newsletter's position on community issues. So much so, a stack of them sits right on the reception desk at City Hall. And the Sandpiper just got very political.
So the Sandpiper made its endorsements. Happens everywhere election season. The UT just said no on Measure B. But when you look at who's putting out the Sandpiper, that's when things get interesting.
The Sandpiper endorsed Del Mar Mayor Cheryl Parks in her bid for re-election to the city council. Why is that a problem? Because Parks paid Roseanne Sharp and her husband more than $4,000 for campaign literature, print ads, and postage this election. And who is Roseanne Sharp? She's listed as president of the nonprofit that publishes the Del Mar Sandpiper. But the newsletter doesn't say any of that.
This actually really surprises me.
But a spokesman for Parks says the mayor was reimbursing the Sharps for mailings and ads they helped place in other publications, not the Sandpiper. Plus, Sandpiper editor Bud Emerson says the newsletter acts independently.
It's not a paid political ad. This is journalism. I mean, basically, we provide information and perspective, and then as editors, we make recommendations.
But Stubbs, who says he wants to represent everyone in Del Mar, says he never had a fair chance at a Sandpiper endorsement.
I'm very concerned that people in Del Mar are confused by this newsletter from this group.
I reached out to Roseanne Sharp 4 times in the last week. She did get back to me. She referred me to 2 people who could comment on the Sandpiper's endorsements. In the newsroom, John Horn, 10 News.
Del Mar not so sleepy. The Fair Political Practices Commission won't comment on individual situations. A spokesman told 10 News that violations of the state's Political Reform Act for lack of disclosure can carry up to a $5,000 fine.